psychos run the world. They don't give a shit. They'll fucking kill anybody. You know? And nice people, we should be killing them, but we don't because we can't deal with the guilt. Right? And what do psychos do? They stay in power by killing loud, nice people. Martin Luther King, loud, nice. I know he banged a bunch of broads. Who gives a fuck? Guy was fucking out there crushing it. If nice people start killing psychos, okay, maybe then you wouldn't have a swirl of trash the size of Texas in the middle of the fucking Pacific Ocean. Do we work on that? No, because there's psychos in the world, and all they end up doing is trying to keep improving golf equipment so these man-titted fucking cunts can keep a ball in the fairway. And that's why psychos run the world. Because they don't give a fuck. They don't feel guilt. They don't give a shit. They'll fucking kill anybody. You know? And nice people, we should be killing them, but we don't because we can't deal with the guilt. Right? And what do psychos do? They stay in power by killing loud, nice people. Martin Luther King, loud, nice. I know he banged a bunch of broads. Who gives a fuck? Guy was fucking out there crushing it. If nice people start killing psychos, okay, maybe then you wouldn't have a swirl of trash the size of Texas in the middle of the fucking Pacific Ocean. Do we work on that? No, because there's psychos in the world, and all they end up doing is trying to keep improving golf equipment so these man-titted fucking cunts can keep a ball in the fairway. And that's why psychos run the world.
What's happening, everybody? I had to play that. My boy, if he's in here, he'll say something. Big Jerz. My boy Mike. I was a little hungry. I just came back from the gun range. It was snowing like crazy. And stop. Let's get into this reading. How y'all doing, y'all? I'm back up in my spot. I'm back up on the queen. I'm hungry, y'all. My apologies. Organic chips. So that's what they say. Probably shouldn't eat them because of what they were made with. I'm being nosy. I think I'm up that age where I can look out the window at people. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Who's all up in here? Trauma Hawk, what's happening? Rondo, Lloyd, APJR. Hey, yeah, Rondo and Trauma. Westside said we ought to need to have a chat. I think that sounds good. What's going on, Lloyd? Benji, what's going on, family? I love y'all, man. Good to see y'all up in here. I'm not going to be too long with the reading. I'm going to hit a little bit. But I know you've all heard it. Some of y'all on Facebook know that I've said it before. What in the heck are we doing paying for rent? And being subjugated to a bunch of knucklehead, sociopathic psychopaths. Why is it that we want to just wait until everybody drops dead? I mean, why is everybody afraid to spill a little blood? They have a call of war against us. And then they got everybody so perplexed and so scared, so fearful. I don't get it. I don't even know why I'm saying this, because hell, y'all don't even move from where you're at. Huh. Hell, people have a hard time donating $2 and $5. Oh, I got another book. I just don't feel like opening it. Wait, I know which one it is. I'm waiting on 2 other books. Remember when I gave y'all the date? It seemed like we're past that, the 19th, right? And the 23rd, though. So the other one they might put out tomorrow AM. Or maybe both of them. And there's one's coming later. And I ordered that. I have to turn the porch light on. Man, I was hungry. I was almost tempted to get a pizza. That ain't nothing but a mucus making machine. Oh my goodness, this is so good. I'm gonna smoke a blunt. And it's CBD, but I want to smoke a regular one. I don't need to right now though. I'm hungry. Paying rent. We're people allowing these sociopaths to run around and they listen to them. Look where I'm from. You got these cats, Dorch family, right? I'm related. They talk like they're big time, know everything, and they misguide everybody. I don't get that. I just don't. I don't grasp it. But it is what it is, right? What, Papa? What is it, Papa? Hmm? You want to jump up here? Ah, man, we looking at me like that. I ain't coming down to grab you up. Anyway, let's go ahead. Arthur Kessler. I'm finish eating this because I know when I start saying some of them words, I'll be spitting corn chips everywhere. Arthur Kessler, 13 Tribe. Oh my God, that's so good. I'm gonna close that up. They're organic. The brand is probably not the best one. I should have got the ones that are made by the what you call it, Nation. But they were cheap. What? What is it? You done made poopsies, and now you just full of energy. You ain't gonna run me ragged and wake me up at 4 o'clock every morning, man. I'm gonna wake you up every time I see you going to sleep. So you done came on up, huh? Hey, what you want? I'm not giving you no treats on this bed, no. You got this habit of missing, like you got a hole in your lip or something. No. Want to say hi? Want to say hi? Want to say hi? Come here. That's my boy. Yes. You're getting big, boy. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. And don't go messing with the tune on the end of the glasses. All right, so Arthur Kessler, 13 Tribe. Excuse me. So yesterday, you know where we left off at. And we had got through speaking on, thou knowest, my Lord, the secret thoughts of my heart, and thou hast searched my kidneys to confirm that my trust is in thee. My kidneys, y'all. Pay attention. Like, we use words in such an introverted, backwards, reverse, upside down, inverted. And people are starting to catch it on. And some of y'all know I've been saying this for a long time. That is catching on, you know. But it's the language. The language is just beyond the scope of rationale. It's how do you allow a sick people to govern you? I mean, I know they all talk slick and everything, and they swooned everybody because they made everybody, believe in a bunch of lies. But man, nobody ever listens to none of us telling people like, why y'all voting? Why y'all voting for these? But first of all, the election before the last election, there's over 2,000 people running, but all you saw was what, 4 or 5, right? And then, me, West Side, and them people, we always sitting there saying, Zionists. And I've been putting out there for a long time. And I do that on part of my, Ashkenaz side. Yes, y'all. And I say it with authority. You got a bunch of rich people, no matter how they got, I can go and become a millionaire. Believe me, I could go and become a millionaire right now. Hell, I can say, honey, just send me the 2.5 million, put it in my bank account. Oh, I know how to do it easily too. And getting off all these platforms, not saying nothing to nobody. It's not who I am. To act all snotty and snoopy and make a decision on how you're supposed to live, like I'm better than you. That's the thing that gets me. Bloomberg paying all these old goofy people, talking about what's that, against guns and all. Man, they can go and get the hell about this country. See, why is that we got to sit there and play? I mean, seriously, play games like this, like it's all right. You can't make that up, right? Well, somebody made it up, and it seemed to be working well for them because people just can't get it out of themselves to wash away the lies. Why they murdering people? Why they murdering people? Man, come on. Ain't nobody dying natural. Israel putting a synthetic chicken making thing in North Carolina. What's wrong with you Negroes in North Carolina on your land? But they can have their little secret agents running around blowing things up, derailing automated running trains, whether they lose a life or not. What? You know, gas right now, we could be paying 40 cents for gas and we'll never run out for the next 8 millennia. The game is ruined, man. Come on, man. Oh, come on, man. Come on, y'all. Hey, Wes, what's going on, back? Gray, what's cracking? Well, I mean, let me go on and get the reading because I don't want to be too conflicting. I mean, there are people dying of natural causes. A lot ain't. Anyway, Joseph's letter continues by relating how the angel appeared once more to the dreaming king and bade him to build a place of worship in which the Lord may dwell. For the sky and the skies above the sky are not large enough to hold me. The skies and the skies above the skies are not large enough to hold me. Hold who? Joseph? King Mulan replies bashfully that he does not possess the gold and silver required for such an enterprise. Although it is my duty and desire to carry it out, the angel reassures him all Bulan has to do is to lead his armies into Dariela and Ardabil in Armenia, where a treasure of silver and a treasure of gold are awaiting him. This fits in with Bulan's or Bokalan's raid preceding the conversion. Like y'all checking out what this brother wrote about his own people? And also with Arab sources according to which the Khazars at one time controlled silver and gold mines in the Caucasus. Bulan does, as the angel told him, returns victoriously with the loot and builds a holy tabernacle equipped with a sacred coffin. And what angel is that? Because it ain't of the creation that created. I told you they're being led by something else. All right. Anyway, with a sacred coffin. In brackets, it says the Ark of the Covenant. King Bulan built that. Pay attention now. I'm just saying, y'all, I'm reading. A candelabrum, an altar, and a holy implements which have been preserved to this day and are still in my King Joseph's possession. Joseph's letter, written in the second half of the 10th century, more than 200 years after the events it purports to describe, is obviously a mixture of fact and legend. Thank you. His description of the scant furnishings of the place of worship and the paucity of the preserved relics is in marked contrast to the account he gives in other parts of the letter of the present prosperity of his country. The days of his ancestor Bulan appear to him as a remote antiquity, when the poor but virtuous king did not even have the money to construct the holy tabernacle, which was, after all, only a tent. However, Joseph's letter up to this point is merely the prelude to the real drama of the conversion, which he now proceeds to relate. Apparently, Bulan's renunciation of idolatry in favor of the only true God was only the first step, which still left the choice open between the three monotheistic creeds. At least, this is what the continuation of Joseph's letter seems to imply, as it states, after these feats of arms, in brackets it says the invasion of Armenia, and King Bulan's fame spread to all countries. The king of Edom, Byzantium, and the king of the Ismailim, the Muslims, heard the news and sent to him envoys with precious gifts and money and learned men to convert him to their beliefs. But the king was wise and sent for a Jew with much knowledge and acumen, and put all three together to discuss their doctrines. So we have another brains trust, a roundtable conference, just as in Masadi, with the difference that the Muslim has not been poisoned beforehand. But the pattern of the argument is much the same. After long and futile discussions, the king adjourns the meeting for 3 days, during which the discontents are left to cool their heels in their respective tents. Then he reverts to a stratagem. He convokes the discontents separately. He asks the Christian which of the other two religions is nearer the truth. And then we read this before, but this is the actual part which led to this. And truth. And the Christian answers the Jews. He confronts the Muslim with the same question and gets the same reply. You hear that? Christian, which of the other two religions is nearer the truth? And the Christian answers the Jews. He confronts the Muslim with the same question and gets the same reply. Neutralism has once more carried the day. So much for the conversion. What else do we learn from the celebrated Khazar correspondence? To take Hasdai's letter first, I'm not pronouncing it, forgive me for chopping it up. It starts with a Hebrew poem in the then fashionable manner of the Payut, a rhapsodic verse from which contains hidden allusions of riddles, and frequently acrostics. The poem exalts the military victories of the addressee, King Yosef. At the same time, the initial letters of the lines form an acrostic which spells out the full name of Hasdai, Bar Isaac Bar, Ezra Bar Saprut, followed by the name of Menahem ben Sharuk. And now this Menahem was a celebrated Hebrew poet, lexicographer, and grammarian, a secretary and protege of Hasdai's. He was obviously given the task of drafting the epistle of King Yosef in his most ornate style, and he took the opportunity to immortalize himself by inserting his own name into the acrostic after that of his patron. Several other words of Menahem ben Sharuk are preserved, and there can be no doubt that Hasdai's letter is his handiwork. God dog, man, these some beast. Them some beast, man. After the poem, the compliments and diplomatic flourishes, the letter gives a glowing account of the prosperity of Moorish Spain and the happy conditions of the Jews under its caliph, Abdel al-Rahman, the like of which has never been known, and thus the derelict sheep were taken into care. The arms of their persecutors were paralyzed, and the yoke was discarded. And the country was live, and was lived in live, and is called in Hebrew Sephard. But the Ishmaelites who inhabit it call it Al-Andalus. I'm gonna stop right there, boy, because it gets deep, man. I did go ahead and read some of it. It gets deep. That's a lot that we take in. I mean, when you think about it. And you remember going back about chapter and a half when it talks about when they set upon, it comes up later, the coup d'etat of the true Jewish people. And this is the thing that's very troublesome. And you see they were and they were all over the world, so they followed us everywhere. They stuck to us like glue. You ever paid attention to that? How many Jews you saw marry an African woman? No, I'm serious. I want to know how many Jews married an African woman. I'm not talking about them old Mennonite half-breed, but I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ones that married thousands, if not millions, of our women. And then the outcome of those relationships. Let's get into William Cooper, Behold a Pale Horse. Don't worry, this is still breaking down. This is his stuff. This is his emphasis on breaking down, and that's why it's called Breaking Down the Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. Right now, we're still dealing with that, but it's not as quiet as we believe. And it's only silent because of our ignorance. Excuse me. And so we went through the table of strategies. Excuse me. Diversion, the primary strategy. Check this out. Diversion, the primary strategy. Again, this is Behold a Pale Horse by William Cooper. But went as far as get the book, and he ain't doing nothing with it. What I was talking about. Anyway, experience has proven that the simplest method of securing a silent weapon and gaining control of the public is to keep the public undisciplined. John D. Rockefeller, and you know what they were before they came to Secret Service. Look, keep the public undisciplined and ignorant of basic systems principles on the one hand, while keeping them confused, disorganized, and distracted. So we got jackboots running around, and they don't even know what they're doing because they're messing themselves up. If they knew about the Bolshevik wars, all right, Pol Pot, well, the Khmer Rouge, when the killing fields, I can go on and on and on. You know, we can go talking about China, the overthrow and the Boxer Rebellion of the actual Xi people, the Anu Islands. Once they were able to conquer them, they went everywhere else and started conquering every other land. See, Japan is not one small place. There's thousands of islands. I think they recently just started actually being honest about all the lands all around that nobody knew about. Because this map that you keep talking about, Mama Earth looking like a turtle, I mean, America being the turtle island, that is not what it was. And see, none of y'all had the commonality to actually put all the lands together and look at its actual shape, in which most of the land is underwater. But I digress, because I know a lot of people are going to keep following a bunch of the idiots. Like I said, keep people, undisciplined and ignorant. Can't make that up. Keep them, confused and disorganized and distracted. And a lot of people doing a lot of the YouTube is nothing but a distraction, confusion, all right? And disorganized as hell, because nobody wants to come together to do the right thing. And whenever people do come together, they got a problem with this, that, and the other. Instead of saying, I disagree, or speaking a vocal voice and saying, not that way or not today. Anywho, this is achieved by 1, disengaging their minds, sabotaging their mental activities, providing a low-quality program of public education in mathematics, logic, systems design, and economics, and discouraging technical creativity. So that means we got the highest dummy berating it and belittling the lowest dummy. So how do you get forward with 2 or 3 different, or maybe 5 different caste systems of dummies? Anyway, let's move on. Number 2, engaging their emotions, increasing their self-indulgence, and their indulgence in emotional and physical activities. A, unrelating emotional affrontations and attacks, in parentheses states, mental and emotional rape. We've been through that with all kind of lies, right? By way of a constant barrage of sex, violence, and wars in the media, especially the TV and the newspapers. Wars and rumors of wars. And yet we've been dealing with wars that this fake-ass government keeps pushing, while they want to consistently have a bunch of dummies running around who don't want to be over there, but have been lied to by the crown, because the president ain't no damn body. Yeah. B, giving them what they desire in excess, junk food for thought, and depriving them of what they really need. 3, rewriting history and law and subjecting the public to the deviant creation, thus being able to shift their thinking from personal needs to highly fabricated outside priorities, as WC emphasizes, especially religion. Why am I reading that? Because he was part of that. Oh, it gets deeper in the 13th tribe, bro. Trust me. So don't sit there going, oh, I knew it was all right to be a Christian and a Muslim and a Hebrew and blah, blah, blah. Just shut up. Let a person finish reading the book and breaking it down as best he can. These preclude their interest in and discovery of the silent weapons of social automation technology. The general rule is that there is profit in confusion. The more confusion, the more profit. Therefore, the best approach is to create problems and then offer the solutions. Diversion summary. Media. Keep the adult public attention diverted away from the real social issues and captivated by matters of no real importance. Schools. Keep the young public ignorant of real mathematics, real economics, real law, and real history. Entertainment. Keep the public entertainment below a 6th grade level. Work. Keep the public busy, busy, busy with no time to think and back on the farm with the other animals. Consent, the primary victory. A silent weapon system operates upon data obtained from a docile. Look how they're pushing this gay shit. Be gay all you want. Down syndrome exists everywhere. But keep it personal. Keep it to yourself. I don't want to know about this man wanting to sleep with this man and every other man, and the women all chasing all the other women, because it's all subjugation of immorality. I don't care what they say or push. Don't go out harming and hurting nobody. But at the same time, it's got to stop. And the only way it's going to stop is by you. Anyway, from a docile public by legal, and in parentheses it states, but not always lawful force. Much information, we know they also do it by chemical lobotomy, castration, and then a few other things. Much information is made available to silent weapon systems programmers through the Internal Revenue Service. And parentheses states this, so pay attention. See studies in the structure of the American economy for an IRS source list. Google that. I told you to Google. I said spell Illuminati backwards and Google it, and you see what pops up. Did any of you actually do it? This information consists of the enforced delivery of well-organized data contained in federal and state tax forms collected, assembled, and submitted by slave labor provided by taxpayers and employers. Now, IRS should not even exist. And here they just hired how many to train with an arm? And you don't see it. Most of them foreign. Furthermore, the number are there. All right. Furthermore, no hate. You know that. Furthermore, the number of such forms submitted to the IRS is a useful indicator of public consent, an important factor in strategic decision-making, and other data sources are given in a short list of inputs. Consent coefficients, numerical feedback indicating victory status, psychological basis, and when the government is able to collect tax and seize private property without just compensation, which is actually completely illegal, okay? It is an indication that the public is ripe for surrender and is consenting to enslavement and legal encroachment. A good and easily quantified indicator of harvest time is the number of public citizens who pay income tax despite an obvious lack of reciprocal or honest service from the government. So you're paying for a whole lot of nothing. You're paying for a whole lot of lies and to be lied to more and more and more. Rep, thanks for the 5, hon. You just popped up. Oh, you're a sweetheart. You ain't got to send it to that, but I appreciate it. Everybody else, y'all can just cash app so I can get some more books, because you know I'm a book fiend. I mean, you can just send the money and I can start smoking crack or meth or cat or ice. What is all the crap they got out there now? Anyway, anywho, yeah. Amplification energy sources. The next step in the process of designing an economic amplifier is discovering the energy sources. The energy sources which support any primitive economic system are, of course, a supply of raw materials. And honestly, if my daughter was to drop 2.5 million, I would stop all this and leave y'all the hell alone. I'd probably just be like, fuck it. Money, they could do that. But that's why I don't want it. I'm not that weak, but I'm being honest, because there are times in my drab, I'm sitting there going, I just don't get it. But I'm not a person that believes in hope. I believe that you're more capable and able than you do. That's all I'm going to say to that. Get myself in trouble. Anyway, of course, the supply of raw materials and the consent of the people to labor and consequently assume a certain rank, position, level, or class in the social structure, for example, to provide labor at various levels in the pecking order. Each class, in guaranteeing its own level of income, controls the class immediately below it, hence preserves the class structure, dummy over dummy over dummy over dummy over dummies. I'm not being mean or mad when I'm saying how they structured it. And it's all in lieu because the family is not raising the children. Thus provides stability and security, but also government from the top. As time goes on and communication and education improves, the lower class elements of the social labor structure become knowledgeable and envious of the good things that the upper class members have. They also begin to, remember we're talking about 7 sins, deadly sins, and the 7, what you call it, 4, I got to sneeze, virtues. I hate that. Okay, anyway, good things that the upper class members have. They also begin to attain a knowledge of energy systems and the ability to enforce their rise through the class structure. This threatens the sovereignty of the elite, to which they're not elite at all. If this rise of the lower classes can be postponed long enough, the elite can achieve energy dominance. The labor by consent no longer will hold a position of an essential economic energy source, and until such energy dominance is absolutely established, the consent of people to labor and let others handle their affairs must be taken into consideration, since failure to do so could cause the people to interfere in the final transfer of energy sources to the control of the elite. It is essential, though, to recognize that at this time, public consent is still an essential key to the release of energy in the process of economic amplification. You hear that? Public consent. And therefore, consent as an energy release mechanism will now be considered. I told you, you have choices. Every day I walk around, I look at people in their face, and I look at their eyes, and I see emptiness. I see a disregard for true emotion. So I see this bottomless pit of this created emotion, this purgatory, a place where they really don't want to be. I can feel it. And you would think that peace would be the symbolism of purity and an uplifting and a change of self-mannerism. But because they're not getting that true peace, working, and the majority of people are doing these things called jobs that they don't even like. And what does that cause further? And then think about all the families destroyed, land stolen. No land is look at what's going on with the rancher with the dumb little government agents that's running around because they want the damn land. I'm grateful that so many people went up there. But are they going to stay? Are they going to put tents? Are they armed? Are they ready to say not today? You see what happened to Mr. Bundy? They still killed him. Little Spanish motherfucker shot him in the back. Talking about with the FBI. I ain't heard or seen where that cat at no more since. See, this is what I'm talking about. They got hitman. You don't have a hitman? Well, that's right. You're disorganized. You're not organized. You feel some kind of way when somebody talks. Oh, there's a whole lot of purgatory because I say pale skin or some melanin. Oh, okay. So their tactics working compared to the truth. I see. So when somebody speaks the truth because you're too ignorant, because you think you're up here in the system of 5, maybe 12, I don't know, of dummies to dummies. This is no way, because how dare you say that? I had a troll come in here and they only have one word. They can't even articulate a conversation or communication for conversation's sakes. If you're gonna troll, troll appropriately. I mean, I figure you're getting paid the big dollars if you're gonna troll, right? But the trolls know better. Because I'm really about that life. I ain't talking about no goofy, oh, witch doctor, boo, 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 boo. No. I know some things. I know how it's going to end. I know how it can end. Anyway, let me give a shout out to everybody who came in. I wanted to read a little bit. My apologies. I was at the gun range a little long. I wanted to pick up these 22 rounds of 40 grain and talk to a couple of guys there, and everybody's got the same thoughts. We're just waiting for the death clouds to start rolling through so we can put on our breathers and our duct tape was ready and duct tape our suits down with our gloves and do what's got to be done. I'm just saying. And thanks, Rip. You like the beard? Ladies, y'all like my beard? My beard all right? Yeah, that's the way it grows. It grows crazy. Now, I want, you know what I usually do? Take the hair dryer and puff it out to a little fro-looking thing. But usually when I get out the shower and I brush, bada boom. It kind of, yeah, and then my porcupine mustache. I don't want to cut it all off. I'm thinking about cutting it all off just for one little moment. But I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to this old man rant and read. Let me give out a shout out, see who else came up in here, and I'm going to sign off for the night. Her ball was cracking. Regina Harris, hey, what's going on, beloved? Let me see. Yeah. So the president of that idiot ain't nobody. The sociopaths, the psychotic, neurotic. They're the worst. They're pieces of garbage. I'm surprised nobody can see that. All of them are. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, huh? Tartarians conquered China first. They didn't have to conquer it. That's who all of the world was Tartarian. All of it. Tartary it wasn't a place. It was a. See, that's why I dislike a lot of people teaching, because that's at the level of what they understand. Tartary was civilization. Tartary implies protection from something. Okay? We all come together. Yeah, but we got to stop with the ifs. We just got to come together. Bottom line. You know? Big facts, though, for kinfolk. Now, those Congress likes to pass laws on Fridays, so no one... Yeah, and you know, and it's illegal. But nobody's saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Grand elevations to you, huh? Oh, yeah. We can't let them do that. We have all the trees on our side, and the treaties never expire. Of course, but they don't care about none of that. See, so when we start realizing that, then we start obliging them with our liberties as if it's okay. Now you got this idiot in California now. What's his name? We're going to start investigating the Wichita Police Department because we've been having too many murders. Oh, they just had enough sacrifice because, you know, everybody, the politicians and the police, everybody there, they're all a bunch of Luciferian, Satanists, pedophile, just the worst of the worst. Because the good ones don't stay, they leave. You know? Who was married to whom? Clarence Avant's daughter, Nicole, was married to the CEO of Netflix. Yeah. Yes, but the thing is, we make it matter. This shit don't matter. Remember what I was just reading? Consent. It's simple. Consent. Yo, peace, my beloved brother Herbo again. Yeah. Yeah. Apathy. Oh, Lord, talk about it, man. Please talk about it, bro. Evelyn Smiley, what's going on, beloved? Peace and blissfulness to you too. They stay. Yeah, well, you know. When you know, a good friend of mine on a good Mexican brother of mine on Instagram. I've been supporting him ever since they murdered his brother, and they messed up another one of his relatives. And when they were defending themselves from a robbing, and the police murdered his brother, they're innocent, and it's a sick system. It's a sick system. Very sick. I wish I was as wise as my beard looked. Believe me, hon. According to the treaties, they have their laws and we have our, of course, but the thing is consent. We have a bunch of idiots of our foreparents not too long ago who gave consent unwittingly and unknowingly. How? Because they were subjugated without paying attention. They became indifferent. It's real, it's not complicated. You know what I'm saying? No, the sheep people and the Olmecs, all of them Tartarian. It's Tartaria was a, it's like we say we're in autochthonous, right? It's nothing but a label. We're the original. Bottom line. No matter what other people think or say because they've been lied to by history. We are the original. This is no, and many of them know it, and it's hard to let go. We're the most subjugated of all the earth. Equator 7 was cracking. But there's many who walk with us, and there are many who are kinfolk to us. We have to move beyond the misconstrued dynamics of so-called race, which didn't happen until the 17 goddamn hundreds, created around the 16s. Why would we hold on to something so damn still new? And we see that it's nothing but a place of not bliss, but purgatory. It is just the most worst of constructs. Because you got a bunch of Down syndrome, not harm people with Down syndrome, but we're talking about people that look normal, but they have Down syndrome. They have some jacked up genes. They have a lot of manipulation that went on somewhere around there. You dig what I'm saying? And it's not to curse them, anyone, or to bring harm to them and say they no good and they bad. The reality is we keep giving blind consent. We keep giving blind consent. You dig where I'm coming from? Blindly giving consent as if it's all right. There ain't nothing all right about it. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, I got the ones that just fit on your head, but I like the ones that, I'm a country boy. I like to have the ones like that too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. MOON. Because I know some of y'all might have watched the Stand. And it's not a complicated thing. It's complicated because they complicated us. I mean, I could say some big stuff and all that fancy shit, and I just choose not to. That would be like, say if somebody brought me on, then I would just be balls to walls and I'd be throwing all kind of stuff out. And I don't think it's necessary here. I don't want to employ tactics to get people to come over. I need for people to see the reality and then make a choice upon, people have a choice. And I don't want to put everything out there that I know, and it's not a lot, but there's a lot more, because we all have to think. It's like a mental exercise. It's like playing crossword puzzles. I used to do that a lot. Really think. Even things I didn't know about, just guess, before going to the cheater page, and then realizing that while I was doing that, I was learning so much more even doing that. Mental gymnastics are good, especially when you've been flipped upside down and not for good reasoning. You know what I'm saying? Boy, complicated because they complicated us. Yes. And type of consent include implied consent, express consent, informed consent, and unanimous consent. And straight up blind consent. Now you're bringing the Chinese up out of me. What is that saying? If I propose something to you, knowing exactly that I'm going to give you something totally different. I'm showing you this hand, but this one back here is doing all kind of maneuvers. And you go for this one. That means you didn't see beyond that, but why? Is it because you're blind? Is it because you're blind? Or is it because in ignorance you choose not to see? It's the same as blind consent. Right? Sleight of hand, sleight of word, sleight of words, sleight of mouth, sleight of people. Not the same, but not black and white. So don't y'all be bigger than that. Okay? So anyway, I'm about to turn the jazz back on. Sit back, eat some hot ass habanero sauce and a couple of these blue ass chips and some more Dutch chocolate. Mm-hmm. And hold on, I'm not gonna let y'all. Yes, this is from early this morning. It's orange, organic. That's at least that's what they say there. Damn, it seemed like I got sweeter. Oh my goodness. I got the thing going on right now. It's ting like the, you know, like me. Oh my goodness. I love to eat. But hey, look, I love y'all, my beautiful sisters and my good brothers. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, all right? I appreciate it. I know I haven't done an open mic, and I got about, I don't know, about 15 different titles and subjects I want to speak on. Tomorrow, I might just go ahead and set it up, put the time in, and then when I get ready to go to StreamYard to connect it and do it from 3 different platforms. I have my tablet, laptop, just one laptop, and my phone set up. And it's going to be a good one. All right? I love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening.